Hi everybody, welcome back. Friday today, last day of the trading week. We're back with a Canadian Japanese yen as promised. A couple of days ago when we were here for the first time, I told you that if price is going to have this nice reaction as we thought it's going to have on that 79.55. Remember, that was basically the trigger and the reason behind our bullish position in the first place. I mean, at first, of course, we noticed that price came from the very edge of that setup, right? There was a very strong, very significant support at 78.64. We noticed that bounce back, and it came with a lot of vengeance because price went on to break above 79.55. Then it came back, right? The following day, it pulled back, and it went straight to that same level and nicely spiked it and began to pull back. So that was pretty much where we caught the Canadian Japanese yen a couple of days ago, and I told you that I feel that price is going to come back up and complete the whole move back to the higher section. So I specifically said I'm going to come back in a couple of days and start to talk about the long-term target, because a couple of days ago when we were here, I was only talking about the short-term price target, because that was the imminent target for us at that point. And it still is. I mean, 80.57, right? That's the short-term price target. So we're still aiming at that point. But now, as you can see, I've pushed more trades in this position, right? I actually have 3 trades in this position right now. So only the first 2 trades are actually aiming for that 80.57. Right? And the third trade here, and probably even the fourth trade, I'm probably gonna add up hopefully by the end of the day. Those trades are actually gonna be aiming for a higher target. They're gonna be aiming for the long-term target rather than the short-term target. So let me present that potential price target that I was mentioning. Right? So there you go. Take a look. It's very ambitious. We're talking about 86.46, guys. Take a look. Black on white, right? That's the key level. And I want to show you where it's coming from. So I'm going to have to switch to the monthly chart. Guys, we feel that this massive setup, right? And I say massive because you can track this formation back all the way to somewhere in the middle of 2015. That's how old this formation is, right? So we're talking about 4 years. Now, we feel that there is more potential on this sideways movement. So we don't think price is going to break out on this particular move. Actually, we think it's going to pull back, right, and then reverse itself and begin to push forward all the way back to the higher section. So we think that back and forth within this trading range is expected to continue, right? So guys, if price is going to be able to pull back and lift itself over 81.26, that's going to be the defining moment of our bullish position, because then we'll have a lot of confidence to actually push for a big size position, but this time aiming for the long-term price target at 86.46. For now, most of our focus, as I've mentioned before, is actually laying on the short-term target, right? 80.57. So I'm back on the daily chart, guys. Pretty sure we're gonna hit that level relatively soon, and then we're gonna have to reanalyze the situation day by day, because we're gonna be very interested on what type of reaction we're gonna have against that 80.57 first price target that we have. If that level is gonna be stubborn, we might have to consider pulling out altogether, but we might have an easy cut, a clean cut breakout, and then of course we'll try to increase the position, right? So okay, so there you go. I should also mention the stop loss level, right? It's still in its initial placement, 78, but the next step I'm probably going to take in the next 10 or 20 minutes. I'm going to push the stop loss level all the way to 78.50. So I'm still going to keep it outside of the setup, but I'm going to get it very close to that bottom support here, which is still the level that we are using for protection. Actually, the level that we're really using for protection is 79.55. So there are two key levels standing as buffer, as buffering zone between us and between our stop loss level and price action. All right, guys, that's about that for the Canadian Japanese yen. Looking pretty bullish at this point, at least from a short-term perspective. We'll have to come back. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.